My job title is CEO of Global Drone Solutions, and my job is to get this brand up and running and make a successful business. I've been telling the students that when I was 15 or 16, where they are now, I didn't know what I wanted to be. But at 18 I became a mechanical engineer, which has helped me through my life, and that's how I got into drones. So I'm very interested to see that, from 15, 18 engineer to the latest technology, how I managed to do that. Who knows what that city is? Anybody want to guess? It is Dubai. That aircraft that's in that left-hand corner, would you believe me if I told you that was a drone? Yeah, it's a single-person drone taxi. It can carry 100 kilograms. It can fly for 30 minutes, which will get you about 50 or 60 kilometers away. And the number of applications, anybody can guess how many applications for drones right now? Yeah, there's thousands. Because we're a drone training school, we get lots of people coming from different industries to us. We had a young man come to us recently, and he worked at a cattle station in the Pilbara. And so they've started to use drones now to muster cattle instead of helicopters. So you can just see the amount of reduction in cost. But the beauty about it is they put a thermal camera on that drone, and they can tell how many cattle there are in each paddock anytime, because they have a heat signature. What they found after about a month of gathering the data, that about 10% of the animals actually had a different signature, heat signature. So the temperature was about 5 to 7 degrees higher on 10% of the animals. Anybody guess what that could be the cause of that? So they were the animals that were pregnant. So what that allowed them to do is put them particular animals into a different paddock, look after them better, and get a better yield. And that was not an application that they originally thought or introduced drones into their industry for. So that's what we're finding. There's more and more applications being found by individuals doing one thing, and then something else comes along with it. So you've all heard about artificial intelligence. Well, guess what? Drones are involved in that industry as well. So they're now doing is using drones that can actually fly themselves. You don't even have to have a pilot. Literally take off, fly a particular set route, come back, land, recharge automatically, and ready to go again. And that data, while it's capturing that data, is coming back to a control room. And that control room could be anywhere. So you can see it, there's a lot of new tech that's being involved with drones, and that's what keeps us excited. So if you guys ever want to become drone pilots, I highly recommend it. And it's going to be a big business, or it is already a big business. It's worth 127 billion US dollars, which is about 160 Australian dollars. So you can see it's massive. And these are the industries that we're talking about: infrastructure, agriculture, transport, security, and the list goes on. As this industry is moving at such a fast pace, Amazon, Microsoft, Google all have billions of dollars invested in the drone industry. So I think the message I'm giving you is the opportunities in this industry are absolutely phenomenal. We're actually right now at a point where the government is allowing people to fly beyond line of sight. When that actually becomes law, then it really opens up a massive opportunity for everybody, because at the moment we're only limited to about 1.5 kilometers, which is line of sight. Suddenly we'll be able to fly drones to do pizza deliveries, burritos, parcels, other deliveries. And so we're actually, I believe we're in the right area, and I'm so pleased to say that Australia is seen as one of the leaders in globally in this industry. It's a brand new industry, and it's changing daily. So as a training organization, we need to be on top of everything. So there's a lot of reading going on, and there's all these exciting projects around the world. And I love, as a mechanical engineer, I love these projects. So that's what really excites me. What's happening on, in America, what's happening in Europe, how can we bring that to, Australia? How can we involve or encompass that in our training? The drone industry, like I said, it's new, and it has a broad range of opportunities across the STEM system. So from manufacturing to actually understanding how an aircraft flies to actually being a drone pilot. So there's a broad range of areas they can get involved, and every one of them is exciting because, artificial intelligence, machine learning, image processing, all these things are being developed because this industry is so new. Yeah, I certainly do. I think that certainly in this industry, and it's moving at a very fast rate of knots, there's so many opportunities for them, and they don't have to stay in one area. So for instance, if they're starting in manufacturing or even in the software part of it or the processing, they can become a drone pilot and go out and actually do the job itself and understand it better, get that data, and then change that data into information, which is what the client wants. So a very broad range of areas that they can get involved in, and it's very exciting because it's all new.